Want to speak real Korean from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at KoreanClass101.com.
Thank you so much for joining this class again this week, Facebook people and Instagram people. And I'm so happy to see you again. Yay! I've been waiting for you to introduce these all kind of Korean spicy food and also some Korean words and phrases about spicy Korean food. Like, I want spicy food or something like that. So please keep watching it. Hello Denzo and Ayan, Hassan, Cesar, Rezane. I love my brain and Abby Ray as usual. Thank you guys. So let's start. Let's start our lesson. So before starting the lesson, I want to tell you about something here. Ta-da! This is Hangul ebook. So if you joined this class before, you know that I always emphasize the importance of the Korean alphabet, which is Hangul, Hangul, Hangul. So we already have free this Hangul practice worksheet for you. So please download it. You can find the link in the description. It's completely free, so you can learn the Korean alphabet and also practice writing here, and then also there are some vocabulary quiz using the Hangul like this. So please download it. The reason why I emphasize the importance of this Hangul is I'm going to write lots of Korean alphabet Hangul on this board. So if you don't know the Korean alphabet, this lesson might be difficult, but actually it's not difficult at all if you know this Korean alphabet. So please study this first. I really emphasize it. Okay, so do you know about Korean food? How much do you know about that, and have you tried any Korean food before? Anyone? So these will be the Korean food I'm gonna introduce today. And teacher Chimchim is waiting for your lots of likes today. So if you reach 300 likes on Facebook, Facebook and YouTube, teacher Chimchim will appear and give you a very special tip. What is it? What is the tip? I can give you the topic. Teacher Chimchim collected the ranking of spiciest Korean noodle. I think you already know this one. This one, right? The spicy Korean noodle challenge was very popular on YouTube recently. So if you know this, well, that's good, but this is not the spiciest noodle in Korea. We have lots of spiciest noodle, and teacher Chimchim will introduce other instant noodles. So please don't forget to give us like. Like, love, and share. Share this video. Okay, so thank you for your support. And you guys are talking about tteokbokki or kimchi. Great. Yes, those are great ones. But today I'll introduce a few really spicy Korean food, and kimchi is not one of them because kimchi is too normal to us, so we don't even consider it as spicy food. So I'll introduce the first one. Korean mystery spicy food. The first one is this one. As you can see here, can you guys recognize what is this? This is, hint, this is chicken. Chicken. And can you see this shape? I should show you closely. Like this. It's something like this. If you see this in person, it looks like this. So this is actually chicken feet. Chicken feet. We call it 닭발. 닭발. 닭 means chicken and 발 means feet. 닭발. So this just means chicken feet. That's it. But this dish is very spicy. So if anyone, if you have any Korean friends, if they ask you to go to a Korean restaurant to have this dish, you know that this is really spicy. This is really spicy, and please be prepared yourself. Yeah, I honestly can't eat this so much because it's even for me it's too much for me. Yes, chicken food, chicken feet. Yes, great job everyone. And blessing Benita, Laura, Thomas. Thank you. So this is 닭발, and if you like spicy food, please try this. This is chewy. The texture is very interesting. Because of the texture, lots of people like this. So please try this. And then next dish that I want to introduce is this. This is another spice food, which is 불닭. 불닭. Do I have space here? delete 발 here, and then 불닭. This 닭 means chicken. You remember that, right? And then 불 means fire. So it literally means fire chicken. From the name, you can guess how much it will be spicy, right? 불닭. This is very spicy. Anyone like this? Yeah, this is very tasty. So even though I'm not good at eating spicy food, I sometimes go out with my friends to have this because I really like this. So please try this if you like it. 불닭. Okay, so next super spicy food, not just normal spicy, super spicy food is, actually the picture is there. Ta-da! Toppoki. But you know what? Normal tteokbokki is not very spicy for Korean people. It's just normal level. But there are really spicy tteokbokki. So which is 엽기 tteokbokki and 신전 tteokbokki. So if you want to challenge yourself, try those tteokbokki. But the name of this menu is Toppoki. Tteok means rice cake. And 볶기 is the food that was stir-fried. So stir-fried rice with spicy food. This is tteokbokki, and normal tteokbokki is not very spicy to Korean people, but maybe to you. But there are extremely spicy Korean tteokbokki, which is again 엽기 tteokbokki and 신전 tteokbokki. And Shindangdong is a place in Seoul, and this is famous for tteokbokki. So please try this place. Rio TT, so good. Wow, you like you like this. I love my brand. Oh, I love that. Me too. I love tteokbokki. And next one is actually there. Ta-da! This. Can you guys see what it is? This is actually octopus. And we call it 낙지볶음. 낙지 is octopus. You know what? I made a typo now. 낙지볶음. 낙지 is type of octopus. And then 볶음 is again, do you remember? tteokbokki, 볶 is same 볶. It means stir fried. So this one is so spicy. And we call 불낙지. for really spicy 낙지볶음. So 불, again it means fire, and 낙지 is kind of octopus. And there is another octopus, stir-fry octopus, which is 쭈꾸미. 쭈꾸미 볶음. 쭈꾸미 볶음. Again, this is stir-fry. 낙지 and 쭈꾸미, though both are both are octopus. But what are the differences? Actually, it's just different kind of octopus. 낙지 is octopus with long leg. And then 쭈꾸미 has short arms. So I think the English translation is short arm octopus, and then long-legged octopus. So just different kinds, but both are very spicy usually. 낙지볶음, blessing Benita. Yes, you're right. And then next one that I want to introduce is 따란. This is 짬뽕. And you can try this in the Korean Chinese restaurant. So Korean people think this is Chinese food, but actually I heard in China they don't have this food. So Korean people develop Chinese dish in our own way by adding lots of chili pepper and make it spicy. So this is 짬뽕, and you can always find it in Korean Chinese restaurant. Which you cannot find in China. So 짬뽕, and usually 짬뽕 is spicy, but if you find 매운 짬뽕, that is crazy. This is so spicy. 매운 means spicy or hot. So even 짬뽕 itself is spicy, but if it's spicy 짬뽕, can you imagine how spicy it will be? 매운 짬뽕. Okay, so 짬뽕, and 짬뽕 is actually used for lots of situations in Korean. For example, lots of things are mixed in the dish, or even in general situation. Then people say, wow, this is 짬뽕, because 짬뽕 is mixed with vegetables and seafood. So it's mixed with lots of different ingredients. So if someone say, wow, this is 짬뽕, it's like 짬뽕. Oh, 짬뽕이네? That means it's mixed with lots of different things. And Toya Marta, 짬뽕, right? Yes, you're correct. Khadija said it's gonna be dangerous. Maybe, but maybe you are good at spicy food. Who knows? Blessing Benita said 짬뽕 진짜 매워요. 짬뽕 is very spicy. Exactly, I agree. And another one. Ta-da! I think lots of people already saw this. Ta-da! This is Korean instant noodle, and Korean people call it ramen. So if you go to a restaurant and order ramen, not luxury restaurant, but if you go to a low-cost restaurant and if you order ramen, they actually use instant noodles to cook ramen. So I found lots of my friends surprised that we use instant noodle in the restaurant, but yes, that is very common. I think in Japan, if you say ramen, that means they actually make the soup and noodle and provide it. But in Korea, ramen just means instant noodle. So if you order it, expect in most of cases it will be instant noodle. Ramen. Yeah. And did you know that Korea is the country that consumes the most of instant noodle in the world? Yes, Korean people love ramen. Ramen, this instant noodle. Instant noodle. Ramen. Ramen. Okay, so now I introduced you some spicy Korean food. I didn't even include kimchi or kimchi stew, which is kimchi jjigae, because that's not really spicy to me. I mean, not only to me, to Korean people. We eat kimchi in every single meal and we don't think kimchi is so spicy, so I didn't include it then. Okay. So now I'm going to introduce some useful Korean words for spicy food. Ta-da! I think you need this phrase. You definitely need this phrase to survive in Korea. In this. First, there are some keywords that you should avoid. First is 맵다. 맵다 is a word meaning spicy, to be spicy, spicy. 맵다, 맵다. It's a dictionary form, but in the adjective form, we say 매운. So if there is anything, 매운 something, that means it's very spicy. So please avoid this if you don't like spicy food. And then 매워. 매워 is saying it's spicy. It's in casual way to say this. 매워 is spicy. So if you hear that, you know that this is spicy. And then 매워요 is a standard form. It's polite and you can use to anybody. So 매워요, it means it's spicy. So 매워 is informal way to say it's spicy, and 매워요 is a polite way to say it's spicy. So remember this word, and there is another word that you should avoid that I already explained. 불. 불. It means fire. So as you can guess from the name, fire, very spicy. So if there is any dish with 불 something, for example, like 불닭. 불닭 is spicy chicken, and not just spicy, it's very spicy. And then 불낙지 is octopus dish, but since it has fire, it's very spicy. very. So please be careful. And if you buy some, for example, like Korean instant noodle or some souvenirs from supermarket, if you see these words, you know that it's spicy. And also internationally, if you see the chili pepper, can I draw it well? Chili pepper image, you know that it's a spicy food, right? So please avoid this or look for this if you like spicy food. And what if you went to the restaurant and you want to say, is this spicy? Because you can figure out if it's spicy by looking up this word, but in many cases they don't have like 불 or 매운 in the menu. For example, like Toppoki is spicy, but it doesn't have 매운 or 불. So in this case, you can ask the chef or the staff, the waitress or waiters in the restaurant directly. So if you want to say, is this spicy? Is 이거 매워요? 이거 means this. 이거 매워요? It means spicy. So this spicy In English, is this spicy? In Korean, 이거 매워요? That means you can just ask, is this spicy directly. But if you want to ask, is this very spicy? For example, you are okay with spicy food, but you are not good at eating very spicy food. Then you can just say, 이거 많이. 많이 means a lot, very much. So 이거 많이 매워요? 이거 많이 매워요? It means, is this very spicy? Is this spicy so much? 이거 매워요? So you can use this phrase to ask if it's very spicy or not. Next phrase I want to introduce is 안 맵게 해주세요. 안 맵게 해주세요. It means please make it not spicy. 안 means not. 맵게 is spicy, and 해주세요 is please make it. So please make it not spicy. 안 맵게 해주세요. 안 맵게 해주세요. What if you can eat spicy food like kimchi, but you don't want it to be too much spicy? Then you can say 덜 맵게 해주세요. 덜 맵게 해주세요. 덜 맵게 해주세요. 덜 means less. So please make it less spicy. 덜 맵게 해주세요. So these are the phrases that you can use in the restaurant. And then you can even ask which dish is spicy. Which dish is spicy? Which food is spicy? Then 어떤 음식이 매워요? 어떤 is which, 음식 means food, 매워요, spicy. Which food is spicy? Which food is spicy? You can just ask directly to waiter or waitress. They will introduce spicy food. Or if you want to ask which food is not spicy, then you can say 어떤 음식이 안 매워요? 안 매워요? We just learned 안, which means not, right? So if you want to ask which food is not spicy, then you can say 어떤 음식이 안 매워요? And then you can use this word less too. Which food is less spicy? 어떤 음식이 덜 매워요? So you can use this. I hope this phrase is useful. So I have a question. Why do Korean people like spicy food? Why? Because if you visit Korea and eat food, there are so many kinds of spicy food. And why? I will give you the reason. And before that, please don't forget the teacher Chim Chim is waiting for you to give ramen instant noodle ranking, spicy Korean instant noodle ranking. So please give us lots of likes, love and shares, so teacher Chim Chim can introduce spicy Korean noodle for you. Okay, so I'll give you actually this reason why Korean people love eating spicy food. First, we relieve our stress by eating spicy food. What? My friends were so surprised when I say this, because when you are eating spicy food, it's too spicy, right? So some people think, oh, why? It will get more stress. It will stress you more. But actually, nope. So you eat spicy food, and if it's too spicy, you start sweating, right? You are sweating a lot, and then you cannot think of anything else. You can, except for the food. You only eat the food and you forgot everything about work or your school or your bad friends, bad friends or financial issues. You can forget everything and then just focus on food for an hour. So after eating the spicy food, you relieve your stress. You forget everything about that and you sweat a lot and you relieved. You finished the spicy food. I challenged myself and I did it. And also scientifically, I found that after eating spicy food, actually that spiciness stimulates your brain and produce endorphin. That makes you happy. Well, that's how I feel too. So I remember when I was in when I was in university, my friends was doing job hunting and she always called me, hey, let's go for 낙지볶음. Let's have 낙지볶음. That means she had something while she's doing job hunting. So I have to eat this, and then she talk about her work or her life. So yes, when we are stressed out, we eat spicy food. And thank you for giving us lots of likes. Teacher Chim Chim can give you, taran, top 5 spices Korean noodle. Yay! So do you know Scoville scale? Scoville scale is a measurement of the spice or spicy or hot stuff, hot food. So the spiciest one that you think. 불닭볶음면. 따란 따란. 불닭볶음면. Again, fire chicken stir fried noodles. And this was really popular among foreigners. But this one, Scoville scale was just 4,404. So this one was top 5. But there is spicier than this. There is a spicier noodle than this, which is this. 짜왕. And it's actually, the taste is black bean paste noodle, but they also put lots of spiciness here, so it makes it spicy, but it's spicier than 불닭볶음면. So it's 5,000. So the Scoville scale was 5,000. Spicier than 불닭볶음면. And there is another one. Number 3. 따란! This 열라면. And the Scoville scale was 5,013. Spicier, right? 열라면. And number 2. 따란! 하바네로 라면. Habanero is really spicy, right? They put it into instant noodle. And the Scoville scale was 5,930. Ooh. And the number 1. Number 1 is this. 틈새 라면. 따란. 틈새 라면, 빨개면. And the Scoville scale was 8,700. Oops. Actually 557. So this is really spicy. So if you want to challenge yourself and you thought this noodle is not spicy enough, then try this. This is the spiciest noodle in Korea. Taran! And actually, 2017, last year, was the fire rooster year. The year of fire rooster or red rooster. So this company created twice more spicy noodle. So this one is actually spicier than this noodle. But this company later made another ramen. Not another ramen. This company actually made this ramen spicier than this. So now this noodle is much spicier. It's 8,413. Actually, I don't know about this number, but I just know that this is definitely the spiciest Korean instant noodle. So if you want to challenge yourself, you should try this. Yes, you should try this. Okay, and then actually there are some more reasons why the Korean people eat spicy food. First one is we relieve stress by eating spicy food, and second is just part of culture. Since we are young, we always ate spicy food like kimchi or kimchi stew, so we got used to that spiciness. So we tend to find more and more spicy food. And third, according to some people, spicy food burns your calorie, but Korean people eat spicy food not because of them, but some people make excuse like, oh, I eat this food because it burns my calories just for my diet. But I don't do that. I can't do that. And fourth, we want to challenge ourselves. So for example, if some companies release new kind of spicy noodle, we want to challenge ourselves and go and try at least. We have some, I don't know, some kind of feeling that we want to achieve it if it's related to spicy food. And fifth, we just like spicy food. It's tasty, isn't it? Okay, so thank you so much. And today's lesson was all about spicy Korean food. And I hope you find this lesson useful. And next week, ta-da! Next week, we are going to talk about Korean animal sounds. In English, there's meow or oink oink or bow wow. In Korean, the sounds is completely different from this English sound. So please join this class again. I will introduce lots of Korean animal sounds, and next live will be on June 7th at 1 p.m. in Korean time. So since it's 1 p.m. Korean time on Thursday, will be different in your country. So please remember that. Check your clock, and please join this class again. And I hope to see you again next week too. And Ignacio just said, Korean people eat spicy food in summer. It's like eat a volcano. We eat spicy food all year, not only in summer. Carl Wells just said, you should say that Korean men have spicy food eating contest to win the heart of Korean women. Actually, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay, so before finishing this lesson, please don't forget to study Hangul. It's completely free, so you can download it by clicking on the link in the description somewhere in this video. So please check out this Hangul practice sheet, and I'm sure this will be very helpful for you to master Korean alphabet. And thank you so much, and see you next week. Let's talk about Korean animal sounds next week. Bye bye. Thank you.
자, 한국어 공부 시간입니다.